What's up, everybody? It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm back with another video. When I tell you that was an absolute train wreck of a debate, I don't mean a nice, sweet train wreck. I mean a absolute murderous, gruesome train wreck. And no, I'm not saying, oh, Biden just wrecked him. And no, I'm not saying, oh, Trump just destroyed him. No. It was utter chaos. No policy substance. That was the main thing missing. And Trump, I don't know what he took before this debate, but whatever it was, it had him bouncing off the walls. He would not stop interrupting, would not stop screaming, arguing with the moderator. We're trying to get on to the next segment, trying to at least let Biden finish talking. No, you won't let him keep talking. You just, blah, blah, blah. But no, why don't you answer for 3 million? This and that. He came off as that annoying, that annoying person in class that, he's like the class clown type person or whatnot. But he when he goes too far, he goes too far, and it makes everybody dislike him. Even his friends are like, hey, all right, you kind of gone a little too far, man. That's what that was like. The class clown has just gotten on everybody's nerves. And the rest of the class is America. That's what Trump just did. Biden, he had moments where he was able to articulate or somewhat articulate what he was trying to say and trying to give a defense, but he gave up. As soon as Trump started saying something, he just gives up. His tone was really, really high pitched like this, and he would just kind of give up and look down and laugh and grin. I mean, I guess you could say that might appeal to some people. Then his strategy was mostly trying to talk directly to the people. Then Trump would start screaming about something out of nowhere, and it came off horribly, and it didn't even. I won't even say it made Biden look weak. I mean, some parts to a degree it did, but mostly it just looked bad. It just made Trump look like annoying. It wasn't funny. It was none of that. It was just annoying. And won't let nobody get their point through. And Chris Wallace trying to take control of the debate. I mean, because he just completely lost control. And it wasn't that he lost control of the two candidates. Well, he kind of did lose control of the two candidates, but it was mostly him and Trump for the last 30 minutes of the debate. It was mostly him and Trump going back and forth. He's trying to correct him. And then Trump said, well, let me finish. And no, I'm going to talk about this. And he's like, well, sir, you need to I allotted 2 minutes to him. You need to let him finish and stuff like that. And it was just bad, man. Really, really bad. And Trump, this time around, he came off as like somebody's angry Republican uncle or grandfather. That's what he came off as. He didn't come off as the president. He came off as some angry dude on Facebook. It was not a good look. And I know some of his supporters were like, oh yeah, he got him. He pounded him. He got this. He got this. He got, But that only appeals to your supporters. You're trying to get the undecided voters, but you're over here just screaming about random stuff. The portion when Biden was talking about his son, and he was talking about his deceased son, and when he was trying to say, oh, Trump, you called him a sucker, loser, you called the dead soldiers suckers and losers. My son wasn't a sucker. Trump's like, which son are you talking about? You talking about your cocaine addicted son? He got $3 million from the Russian mayor or whatnot. It just came off bad. That was just. I know that the political discourse now is very disrespectful and people are really angry at each other, calling names and whatnot, just going after each other personally, what you look like, just anything. Everybody's just going at each other constantly. But this time, that just came off just disrespectful. Because whether you want to give respect to somebody's to the deceased or not, if you're just insulting somebody's deceased children, it just comes off as disrespectful. And I know he didn't directly disrespect Beau Biden, but he completely ignored what Biden was saying and went directly toward Hunter. And that just came off bad. The whole situation, just dynamic, came off bad. And I mean, out of the gate during the debate, when the debate began, I was already nervous because Biden, he's able to talk and kind of get through, but he just didn't. I wish he was a bit more aggressive. If he was going to debate, I wish he was a bit more aggressive, and I wish Trump would have like laid back some, chill, because you can articulate your thoughts better when you calm down. And I think that's the reason why Biden didn't really go all ham or whatnot, or get all angry and crazy, because when he starts getting angry, he gets flustered and he can't control what he's saying. He starts, stuttering and falling all over the place. So the whole thing was just not great. And then now people are talking about the white supremacy part. Apparently, because it was so much going on, I missed this part, but apparently Trump, they asked him about the Charlottesville, the good people on both sides. And then he said something about people going to the poll watchers, and was like, stand by and stand down, something like that. And now they're saying these white supremacist group chats and outlets, their new catchphrase is stand by, stand down, or whatnot. And so now that's going to be a new thing for the next week, because we're supposed to have a debate every week. The next week is the vice presidential debate. Then there's the second presidential debate, and then the third presidential debate the week after that. So this is going to be a week-to-week thing. And I'm just, it was just not. And then Trump is going after the whole socialism thing again. The American people, on average, do not know what socialism means, or do not know what it is. What they think, some people think that socialism is just anything that has to do with government interfering in anything, like government assistance, all that. Some people think that that's all socialism, when it's not. It was just bad. Like, Trump tries to attack Biden for things that Biden doesn't even believe in. And when you do that, it just doesn't make any sense. He's like, you're radical. You're trying to bring in socialized medicine. Trump doesn't even know what socialized medicine is. Oh, you think Obamacare is socialized medicine? Forcing people to buy private insurance, not government-owned insurance, private insurance. How is that socialized medicine? That doesn't make any sense. Socialized medicine is a complete government run. Government manufactures and owns the manufacturing of the medications. They own the hospitals. They own the doctor's office. That's socialized medicine, not forcing people to buy private insurance, which is what Obamacare did. The individual mandate, then there was a Medicaid expansion. You don't understand. A lot of people won't understand that and won't ever get that, because they're so used to just hearing labels thrown at this and labels thrown at this without anybody ever explaining to them what this label is and what this label means. Purposely misrepresenting what a policy position is. That is the most disingenuous thing that anybody can do. Purposely misinterpreting policy positions, because that leaves a whole bunch of people misinformed. And you wonder why nobody knows anything, because everybody's so misinformed. And now you have a situation where you have one guy just absolutely just talking constantly, just saying stuff like those slick talkers that are trying to sell you something. They just keep talking and saying stuff. You can't even keep up with what they're saying. And with the little things you can pick out, you're like, well, that doesn't really make sense, but you can't even focus on that because they're already on the next subject. You have one guy doing that, and the other guy, every now and then, he's just mostly looking down, then struggling to articulate things, and then trying to defend policies that he doesn't even believe in. Like, they were talking about the Green New Deal. Joe Biden doesn't even believe in the Green New Deal. Why are you attacking somebody on a policy that they don't even believe in? It doesn't make any sense. And it just, the whole thing is a representation of how politics has been for the past 4 years. That's what it's looked like. Whether you support Trump or not, that's your opinion. If you like Trump, you like the guy. If you don't, you don't. But it has been exhausting for me. I think a lot of people feel a bit exhausted at this point. It was, at the beginning, it was funny. It was like, oh, that's crazy. This dude's actually running for president. Then he won. That was shocking. It was a shocker. Just be like, okay, well, let's see how he rules and whatnot. But now it's like year after year after year. If like the time kind of flew by, but in this past 4 years, it's been just exhausting, kind of. And it's not funny anymore. It's not really, it's just not cool no more. Like, it's not fun, And it's really, a lot of people are more interested in politics, but at the same time, a lot of people are still completely, utterly clueless about politics and what things mean and what things are. They're completely clueless. And in this debate, it's like the representation of the cluelessness of politics. Because how these people govern and rule are not that different from each other. And I know you don't want to make, a lot of people don't want me to make that comparison. A lot of people, other people don't want people to make that comparison. But the way they govern, Obama versus Trump, is not that different from each other. The type of policies, the tax loopholes, the tax cuts. People are talking about Trump and his taxes. They're like, well, he took advantage of the tax loopholes. And, it's fair to say that Biden and others were a part of helping put them there. We shouldn't have a taxation system that completely and utterly benefits the wealthy, the people who already have enough resources to be set for life and for their grandchildren's grandchildren to be set for life, while other people struggle with 3 jobs. That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, well, you earned it. I mean, you're making billions of dollars. If you have a progressive taxation system and a marginal tax rate, everything above $55 billion is taxed at 50%, right? A marginal tax rate means everything above that $50 billion is taxed at 50%, not your whole entire net worth taxed at 50%. If you went from 50 billion to 48 billion, what's the difference? Somebody tell me, what is the difference? What is the real difference between 50 billion and 48 billion? Huh? Can anyone tell me? No, nothing. Oh, how will I ever get by with just 48 billion? What's the difference? And to sit there and have people talk about, well, he just did what it was already, it's just frustrating. It is just honestly, utterly frustrating. I am completely frustrated. I've been looking forward to this for the past few months now, and I am just I don't even know if I can say I'm let down. I'm just like, I'm annoyed. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just very annoyed. This was not a good debate. This was not even really a debate. It was mostly just a chaotic discussion about who's worse. That's pretty much what this debate was, if you can call it that. It was not good. The next few debates, I hope they're better than this, because if they're not, then I don't think Trump moved the needle on his support. Biden may have moved it a little bit, or some undecided voters. Some of them might remain undecided after this. I don't really know if it did anything. We'll just have to see. I'm gonna go look at the voter reactions to the debate. But yeah, what do you guys think about it? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, whenever you do it, however you do it, wherever you do it, just do it. It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm out. Peace.